23-year-old from Elk Grove, California. Kyle Larson comes to the line and is a two-time champion.
Let's go, Steve! Let's go! I can't believe it.
Denny Hamlin entered Phoenix with the fastest car, the strongest season he's had in years, and a clear shot at the championship. But in a finish that stunned the NASCAR world, everything slipped away in seconds, and the heartbreak that followed was almost unreal. Fans watched Kyle Larson celebrate, while Hamlin was left staring at a result no one thought possible. How did a perfect day turn into one of the most painful endings of his career? Let's find out. For nearly 2 decades, Denny Hamlin has been a fixture in NASCAR's elite, 60 career wins, countless playoff runs, and undeniable talent. Yet, that one elusive crown, a Cup Series championship, has always slipped through his fingers. This year seemed different. His team was locked in, his car was dialed, and Phoenix looked like it would finally be his moment. With his father's health declining and off-track legal distractions piling up, this wasn't just about a race. It was legacy. It was closure. It was everything. From the first lap, it was clear Hamlin came to win. He started from the pole position, tore through the field with clinical precision, and led the most laps by a wide margin. Even clutch issues early in the race couldn't derail him. Crew chief Chris Gale had the car performing at peak levels, a product of intense preparation following their Las Vegas win that earned them a playoff cushion. With just a few laps to go, Hamlin was untouchable. The 11 car had clean air, fresh legs, and the checkered flag in sight. Then disaster struck.
Okay.
Oh boy, William Byron. William Byron has a tire issue and the caution is out. He was the only one of the championship 4 who didn't have a tire issue, Kim, and now it's struck.
A blown tire by William Byron triggered a late caution with just 4 laps remaining. The celebration that was already beginning turned into a frenzy of last-second decision-making. Pit strategy became the final boss. 2 tires or 4? Hamlin's crew opted for 4. Better grip, more security. But that decision cost them critical track position. In contrast, Kyle Larson and his team made the bolder call, only 2 tires. It was a gamble, especially with how competitive the Cup Series field is, but Cliff Daniels, Larson's crew chief, trusted his driver to execute. And execute he did. On the final restart, Larson rocketed through turns 1 and 2, slipping into an impossibly tight gap up high and making it stick with sheer grit. That move alone won him the title. Hamlin, now buried further back with 4 fresh tires but no room to move, simply ran out of time. In a 2-lap dash, track position ruled everything. The raw speed of the 11 car became meaningless. When the checkered flag waved, it was Kyle Larson crowned as the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series champion, and Hamlin left staring into the void of what could have been. After the race, Hamlin sat in his car for several minutes, motionless, processing. When he finally emerged, he hugged his longtime partner, crew chief, and pit crew coach Joe Gibbs tried to console him, but there wasn't much anyone could say. In the post-race presser, Hamlin summed it up best. You work so hard, and this sport can drive you absolutely crazy because sometimes speed, talent, all that stuff just does not matter.
Gosh, you work so hard, and it's just this sport can drive you absolutely crazy because it's just sometimes speed, talent, all that stuff just does not matter. Kyle Larson has the trophy, but we dominated. We did our job. We did the best we could. They're a championship team and a championship driver, and they're going to win a hell of a lot more than just these 2. You know, when everyone had to bring their best, I think it was evident who was the best.
It didn't matter that he was dominant. It didn't matter that the 11 team did everything right. They walked away empty-handed. And for a driver like Hamlin, still championshipless after all these years, it felt less like a loss and more like a cruel twist of fate. The sting is even sharper considering Hamlin's off-track role. He's not just a driver, he's a co-owner of 2311 Racing. That dual identity brings its own pressure, especially when he's pouring resources and strategy into young stars like Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace while still chasing personal glory. There's tension in playing both sides, supporting others while your own championship window narrows. And let's not forget the legal mess swirling around him. Hamlin's been entangled in a lawsuit that's dragged through much of the season, adding to an already overwhelming burden. The weight he carried into Phoenix wasn't just the expectation to win, it was everything else pressing in from the outside. That's what made his performance so inspiring, that's what made the ending so devastating. Meanwhile, Kyle Larson, now a two-time champion, seized a moment that no one thought was his. Heading into Phoenix, Larson hadn't won a race in the last 10 playoff rounds solid. Sure, dominant, not even close, but he had stats to back him. 3 wins this season, most top 10s, second most laps led, and the highest point total under the old-school full-season system. The man earned his place. He just happened to grab it in the most dramatic way possible. It's worth noting just how pivotal Cliff Daniels' call was. Making a two-tire stop isn't just about speed, it's a psychological play. It signals confidence, aggression, and readiness to risk it all. Daniels knew Larson's strengths and bet on them in the tensest moment possible. That gamble paid off and may now be remembered as one of the smartest strategic moves in modern NASCAR history. And here's the irony, Larson didn't even win the race. Ryan Blaney did, taking the checkered on a short-run setup despite prepping for long-run dominance wild right. Meanwhile, William Byron, who looked like the second-best car all night, blew a tire that reshaped the entire finale. He even apologized to Hamlin afterward, knowing the unintended consequences of his misfortune. As for 23XI Racing, the team continues to rise, but the internal dynamics are complicated. You've got Hamlin wearing multiple hats, a team balancing growth with results, and a driver owner navigating his twilight years. Did the organization support Hamlin's title run the way it should have? Or did the dual roles blur the lines at the worst possible moment? Fans have started speculating whether this heartbreak could create internal friction. Was the pit call solely Chris Gale's, or was there disagreement in the box? Should 23XI have intervened, or was Hamlin too invested in his own championship to allow outside voices? These aren't easy questions, but they'll be asked all offseason. And what about NASCAR as a whole? The current playoff format, with its winner-take-all finale, continues to be polarizing. On one hand, it produces unforgettable moments like this one on the other. It often punishes consistency and elevates last-minute gambles. Larson, meanwhile, walks into the sunset a two-time champ at just 33 years old. He joins Elite Company, Kyle Busch, and Joey Logano as the only active multi-title drivers. His journey hasn't been easy either, and this win solidifies a redemption arc that felt incomplete after last year's playoff exit despite winning 6 races. As we reflect on this chaotic finish, there's a sobering reality. NASCAR doesn't always reward dominance. The best car doesn't always win. That unpredictability makes it exciting, but also unforgiving. So what now for Hamlin and 23XI? Do they double down next season, restructure the team's leadership balance, or simply accept the risk-reward chaos of modern NASCAR? One thing's certain, this loss will define the off-season narrative, and let us know what you think. Was this the most painful loss of Hamlin's career? Did 23XI drop the ball or do everything right? Drop your thoughts in the comments and make sure you're subscribed for more drama, controversy, and breakdowns from the world of NASCAR.